Hi, it's Ashleigh from Sweet Dreams Bake Shop, and welcome back to my channel where I make a lot of cake and cookie decorating tutorials as well as give a lot of baking business tips. And I hope you guys have been enjoying the 25 days of cupcake decorating. I know we've had a few shorter videos in the last few days, but I really wanted to give you guys some super easy peasy, mainly all buttercream ideas for those of you that are putting together last minute tables and desserts. This particular cupcake design does require a few fondant pieces, but you could also swap this out for chocolate too. If you have a mold like this, which I highly recommend, then you can put chocolate into there instead of fondant. But if all you have is fondant and fondant cutters, then that also works. Some people get really frustrated with fondant molds like this, and it really is just a little bit of a user error. So what you need to do in order to work with fondant molds like this is you need to press the fondant really into the sections. And it's kind of an art to it, actually, which you think it would just kind of be a no-brainer and you can just pop these out no problem. But you really need to push from the center and make sure that you get all of the things on the edges by pushing through the center. And then you kind of brush the sides of the mold with your finger to further press in those sides. Because the problem is if you don't get the sides in and you have some leaking out, then the edge of your fondant applique always looks a little bit messy and you don't get the true shape of whatever it is that you were trying to create. One thing I learned about art is you never want to have even numbers of things. So I'm making an odd number of snowflakes to put on this. I put a lot of buttercream on this cupcake. You can definitely reduce the amount of buttercream that you put on here, but just make sure that you are alternating colors because I feel like that is where the magic really comes from for this particular cupcake. I'm using a round tip, but I'm actually using a coupler that just had the attachment taken off, but you can use a large round tip, and then I'm using a French tip. I made this snowflake medallion by just taking a piece of fondant and rolling it over the mold that I showed you in the beginning, and then I just unmolded it. Looked really messy, but then you just take it and you use a cookie cutter to cut out whatever shape that you would like. And in order to get that fondant medallion nice and stiff, you do need to let it dry, and I do recommend drying it overnight depending on how thick you made it. You can see the light coming through on that medallion, so it's not super thick. I feel like my go-to decoration this season has definitely been these edible pearls, so I'm adding those on as well, trailing that snowflake up all the way to the top. Thanks so much for watching, guys. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe so you can be part of the Sweetie fam. Right now, I'm uploading every single day for Vlogmas, so be sure to come back tomorrow to see what else I'm going to make on the 25 days of cupcake decorating. And if you are not through with baking content, be sure to check out the Bake Down podcast, where Ollie and I are discussing baking fails every single day for Vlogmas. Bye!